I'm Sharon H. It's taken me almost 2 years to film this video without crumbling in a heap before you. I'm going to bring you along and share with you the ebbs and flows of the 8 stages of grief. Just remember, everything in this video is coming from my own viewpoint and perspective. Take in what you want and let the rest slide right off of you like Teflon. Number 1, the moment life splits in two. The moment when grief arrives and your life suddenly exists on 2 timelines, before and after. For many, Christmas is a painful time. For me, it evokes sad memories of my father's last 2 years ago. Given 6 months, we lost him in 5 weeks. I was not ready to say goodbye. I somehow thought he was invincible. He was the one that checked up on me. I miss his daily texts and how we used to message each other when a celebrity or public figure died. And every time to this day, I go to message him first. Just that reverberation of realization that smacks me upside the head over and over. That is no longer here. Paralleled me so fucking hard when I lost him. Tears did not fall for 2 weeks. I was numb. Shocked. I couldn't believe he was gone. I still can't. As it gave him comfort, I'd stroked his hair and held his hand hour after hour, day after day, whilst I listened to the haunting sounds of that death train as it rolled in, and I watched as the colour of life drained from his face. Whilst the man I'd always seen as such a huge force slowly perished before my eyes, feeling lost with the weight of time slipping through my fingers. In those moments, love was softly spoken, but the unexplainable ache, it was something felt so thoroughly, lodged itself well inside my soul. And yet, despite promises made from deep within my heart, I did not make it in time for his final breath. I still battle with that, and on some level, probably always will. But for me, grief did not begin there. In close succession, I lost 5 people from my little world and my cat. All of them important, but some of them held extreme importance in my life. There was barely a time to catch my breath between losses. No space to recover before the next goodbye slapped me hard. That is how grief fractures the soul. Your very being feels torn open and exposed. Not in one clean hit, but in repeated hits that pummel you over and over out of the blue, making it difficult to stand on even footing. Love, pain, shock, and disbelief existing all at once. Number 2, the silent torment of guilt. Grief doesn't just mourn what was taken. Grief punishes us hard for what we believe we failed to do. I was consumed by guilt. To this day, it still arises. Not only for missing his final breath, but for every moment I questioned whether I had been enough for him. Every time I'd put off replying to a text or phone call because I had something better to do, right? What I wouldn't give for his name to light up my phone screen. Relentless is the guilt that grief delivers. It replays every single moment over and over on a haunting loop. Asks many questions, but answers none. As you believing that one moment missed, one very fucking important moment missed, can outweigh a lifetime of love. It's taken me all this time to reconcile that guilt in grief is rarely truth. It's the mind trying to make some sort of sense of the uncontrollable by turning pain inward. Grief torments. If only I'd done this. If only I'd done that. Sometimes the best we can do in moving forward is to forgive ourselves and believe that we did the best we could in a situation that was nothing short of impossible. Number 3, when the body becomes consumed by grief. Until you've experienced grief, it's hard to know that grief does not only live in the heart. It also takes residence in the mind and body. Carrying loss after loss left me physically unwell. My body has bore the brunt of what my mind could not process, what it couldn't accept or comprehend. Exhaustion set in. Not regular exhaustion, but a deep exhaustion right in my heart and soul. My legs gave way beneath me. My immune system weakened. My nervous system stayed in survival mode. With my heart shattered, chronic illness took a stronghold. I know now this wasn't weakness, it was overload. Grief is a journey every one of us have or at some point will face. Sadly, it's a journey that in many ways we have to negotiate completely alone. No one else can take the pain away. No one else can make you forget. No one else can predict when the waves of sorrow will roll in from one fleeting trigger. It's a very dark, painful, lonely time that you have to feel every emotion ebb and flow of. The uncharted waters of sailing solo without them here. We never forget those that reached out to us with lifelines, nor those that abandoned ship, leaving us alone in treacherous waters to sink or swim. When grief is left unprocessed or put aside too quickly, the body speaks the pain the soul cannot yet articulate, cannot always be seen what is destroying within. When a loved one is lost, the tears come, but then the real carnage begins. Number 4, the emptiness and anger that follows. There is a stage of grief that feels like everything good has been drained from you. It's not tears, not sadness, just a hollow, relentlessly unforgiving ache. You breathe, you exist. But the world as you knew it is gone and you no longer feel whole. And then comes anger. Some days you don't even know why you are angry, but you just fucking are. Out of the blue, it will hit you that they're forever gone. You feel rage at the timing, at unfairness, at life. You want to scream a million fucks out into the wind, but nothing comes out. This isn't bitterness. It's the gut-wrenching ache in your soul demanding clarity and reasoning that you know won't ever come. We have to let anger pass through without shame. It is grief's way of saying this mattered, they mattered. Number 5, you don't return to who you were. Or how could you, right? So much of you has shifted, so much taken from you without your consent. Grief reshapes the soul. You simply can't go back to who you were before. The person is gone, is no more. You are thrust into the unwanted transformation of someone who must now carry love and loss in the same space, more fragmented, somehow more human. Whilst a strength rises somewhere from within, an indomitable will to go on, if only for those that need you here. Anger after grief isn't more damaging. It's a therapeutic process of your healing. Number 6, learning to live without guilt. One of the greatest myths about grief is that moving forward means forgetting, minimizing their absence. It doesn't. You can't forget the unforgettable. Healing is not forgetting, it is reshaping the relationship. I now realize my father doesn't live in a moment I missed. He lives in the values he gave me, in the tough love he showed me, in the strength I harvested from that, in his words that still shape my choices. And those other glorious souls I lost, they live on too, all beautifully, irreplaceably meshed in my heart and being, not frozen in death, but carried forward in how I love, protect, and show up. Love does not end because life does. Those that have moved on have left fragments of themselves in who we have become. Number 7, navigating grief instead of fighting it. Grief cannot be hurried, but it can be tended. You know what helped me? Speaking their names, speaking the truth without minimizing my pain, writing poems that were never for anyone else to read, letting tears flow without begrudging their timing, seeking comfort in those that held space for me instead of trying to fix me. Grief needs support, not solutions. You don't heal by being unbreakable. You heal by being raw and brutally honest with yourself and others. Number 8, getting on with life whilst cherishing the memories. Eventually, grief softens. Not because love gradually fades, but because you have found ways to grow through it. You learn to laugh again without as much guilt. You learn that happiness and sorrow can be entwined in the same breath. You learn that opening your heart is much braver than allowing yourself become cold. I now realize that that promise I broke in one final moment does not erase the thousands I kept across a lifetime. Love cannot be defined by one solitary breath. It is defined by all the moments that came before and the way we carry their memory forever locked deep within, in a place no one can take them from, in a place no one can minimize your love. Grief changes the soul. Scars will be forever etched. You are not permanently broken because your grief runs deep. You are permanently changed because your love runs deep. And that is not something to be ashamed of or to apologize for. That is something to honor. Love and loss can hold the same space. Love lives on in us forever for those that nothing or no one can ever replace. In loving memory for all those we've loved and lost. Be gentle with yourself or those navigating loss. Thank you for being here. Have a beautiful, safe Christmas. Much love and gratitude.
Much is given, much is required. You've given freely.